Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy!
Hey, we're back again. Another great week. This is episode 125. This is going to come out June 21st in 2018. Imagine that. 2018. Anyway, tonight we got a
been
great
that way for the whole year so far. That's pretty freaking amazing.
and look at this beautiful face while you can, because I'm not in this interview tonight. We had a interview with actually Deen Castronovo. Get that. But anyway, I was not available that night, and it was one of those situations where we had to take it when we could get it. So I left it to these two.
Nobody's going to tell Dennis, but we scheduled it when he couldn't be there.
Yeah, we actually looked at the schedule, and then he went,
He's
he's
like,
got something going on. Let's do it.
It's like, Dean, we're going to have no interruptions tonight, so just enjoy yourself. So just
Exactly.
Not that I ever interrupted.
But you were somewhere, though. You couldn't be there because you were doing what?
No, what was I doing?
You were at a concert, weren't you?
Oh, yes, I was. That was right. That was a Peter Frampton's Steve Miller band night. So yeah, I couldn't go. I was having a great night, and we already talked about that concert. So yeah, won't talk about that again. But anyway, I had stuff to do that night. I was doing something for rock and roll that night. So
we were too. We were working, actually.
Of course, yeah.
So hey, whatever, man.
Anyway, so what's going? Before we get to this interview, what's going on this week? Anything good and exciting?
Well, I just want to point out that we've got an episode coming up next week with Lizzie Borden, and the week after with Shimon Moore, former singer for the Sick Puppies. So make sure y'all ready to check that out.
Two great interviews, by the way. I must say so myself.
We just did one like minutes ago
with Shimon Moore.
Yeah, Shim.
The real Shim Shady.
All right.
Oh, we got all of those jokes. It wasn't jokes. I mean, he was a real nice guy, though. We had a good time with it.
So we got some other news too, right? So we are hooking up with a internet radio station, right?
We are.
We are. So should I talk about that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here is some information. Yeah, it looks like this. If you go to the web, if you're on, it's kgfrocks.com. They're going to put us on their show, on their internet radio show, a few times a week, actually. So
starting when?
Starting on the 4th of July.
So we're going in with a bang.
We are going in with a... Do you want to be banged? Be there on the 4th of July.
Oh, we got.
That's probably the only banging that's going to happen on the 4th of July. That's fireworks.
It's my birthday the next day, though, July 5th.
Well, you'll get banged on the 5th.
You can send presents to 8877. No.
There you go. I got a present for you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, no, I won't open your bag or your box.
There you go. Anyway, so that's going to be cool because we're going to be on there a couple of times a week, and they're going to come out. We're going to air our show probably a few days later, about a week later. So the people that are listening to it now, you can tell your friends. If you can't listen to the show on here, you can listen to it on there. And they've got a lot of other good content, so it'll be cool. We have our buddies from Podcast Rock City are also on there. And we're going to be on there sometime with them too. So that'll be cool.
Right. That will be
so
cool.
What else? We got some, what else we got going on?
Also, too, tomorrow night when this show airs tomorrow, if you're watching it tomorrow evening would be Thursday the 21st. That is going to be Roman. Roman is
that's the 28th.
That's the
28th.
So we'll talk about that next week.
I did get that wrong. Sorry, I was trying to get on to it.
So act like you didn't hear that.
Okay. Just be ready for next Thursday.
All right. So here's some stuff. So I picked up some stuff today. Actually, I'm going to talk about some cool stuff I got. So I picked this up today.
Can't see it. All right.
For $8 in pretty good shape. It actually still has the original plastic on it. I mean, it has this plastic sleeve, but it's actually still got plastic, which is pretty cool.
It's got the label on it. That's what's cool.
It does have some labeling and stuff on it, which is cool. It's ironic because it has a sticker on it that says it's $7.99, and then it's on sale for $8. So, hey,
You should have been there 20 years ago or 30 years ago.
I didn't buy the $5. I didn't buy the $5 version that the guy had of this either, because the $5 version and the $8 version looked very different.
I'm sure.
Very different.
I'm
and
sure.
I picked this up. Check this out. A little Tina Turner.
Little Tina Turner, a little private dancer.
Little private dancer, man. This is going to be pretty cool. I'm waiting. What's Love got to do with it? It's going to be good. That'll be a good record. Yeah, I'll put that on later.
That's good looking legs on a what, a 60.
I'll tell you what. That's some hot legs. There you go. I'll put that on later and see what happens.
There you go.
I'm gonna go with nothing. Okay. And I want to shout out to my father-in-law, who for Father's Day he picked up some great stuff for me. So he went to I don't know if he was in a thrift shop or if he was in a flea market kind of thing. Or
I was getting ready to say the same thing.
I know you can't go anywhere with him. He's popping tags all the time. It's horrible. Popping tags. Anyway, so he picked up some stuff. So check this out. This is
my god
edition.
Oh, it is.
And
I want that.
And it's got the stuff in the record. It's got the flyer.
Are you shitting me? Oh, man.
And it's got the sticker.
Oh my god.
And it was
serious?
$4.
Are you shitting me?
Oh my dude.
Huh?
I'm not shitting you, dude. I'm not kidding.
$4.
$4.
Are you? He is in Evansville.
And look, mint condition.
Oh my god! You're killing me, dude.
With
poor old Dennis is gonna have a stroke.
Oh my god! Look at that.
And it's in here.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Are you shitting me? An unused logo. Oh my god!
And even the little flyer thing that comes out. Bang! See?
Are
there
you
go.
shitting me?
Yeah.
How much?
That's how much this was.
$4?
$4.
Oh my god!
It's gonna have a stroke.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So this is the Destroyer, and this one doesn't have anything in it.
No, thank God. I thought I was gonna have a coronary there.
Does it at least have the vinyl in it?
It does have the vinyl in it. Original.
Really? Wow.
Original.
Man, look how nice those are. No ring
With
marks.
The original booklet.
Also not. How
Yeah,
much is that?
Kiss Live. $4.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not
Where's
shitting.
that? Where did he find
I'm not
that?
telling you. Because if I tell you,
Is it in Evansville?
It probably is in somewhere in there. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, why
He's
am
like,
I not?
I didn't know if you want them or not, so I just went in and picked them up for you. I'm like, oh my God. Anyway,
You know,
so I had to go
Kelly
out
when she bought me that original, she said they had Love Gun and they had some other things down there. I wonder if that's with the same place. If it's River City Coffee House, I'm gonna. Just,
Oh, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
It was no. I don't think that's where it was. I'll find out and not tell you.
Yeah, find out and tell me. I'll ask someone to go pick up my sandals.
Anyway, so that was Alive. That was Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, and Love Gun, all in mint condition. Most of them with
Love Gun.
So think that belt buckle. I had the belt buckle at one time. Belt buckle was $5.
Yeah.
A T-shirt was $6. How do I not have all that stuff?
I don't know. Well,
Because
back
I was
then,
like,
$5 for us as we were kids was a lot of money, though.
It was a lot of money, man. I should have mowed a grass or something.
I've got belt buckle somewhere out on my tool bench. It's all scratched up. It looks like shit. But
Well, anyway, that was my big find this week.
wow, what a great! I mean,
And my father-in-law Richard Burek is the bomb.
I'll give you $5 a piece for those.
I'll give you.
Actually,
you can
I'll
pay me
double-
I
$5.
think
I'll
Bill's
give you
getting ready to
$8.
give you some sign language, Dennis.
Oh man, that's
for one. Okay.
what he fine. I mean, and find them in that good a shape. That's
I mean,
just,
dude,
they're
I'm not
pristine.
kidding.
They're
They are
pristine.
like, I mean, look, the spine is not even even.
Oh, you're not got
tarnished
any.
at all.
You don't have any of the ring marks on the
Nothing.
album at
No.
all. Especially on the
No.
double album, you would have
No.
ring marks.
There's
If
a
it,
little bit right here.
still,
little
well,
bit
that's
right there.
not
Nothing.
Oh my
That is like
God.
so pristine.
I guess the records are just as good looking too. Just,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I did everything I had to be able to stand there. About made ass of
man.
myself.
Oh, when I pulled out the Love Gun, I would have been like, "Holy shit!"
I did. I did. I was freaking out.
Wow, what a find, man! That's just
Alan could have that fun too if he had more than one record.
He don't like.
You don't care.
No, he don't care.
He
don't
got
care.
Spotify. He don't care about that shit.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that
That's
was my
awesome.
finds for this week.
That's
man.
great.
That was
What a find.
stuff.
Dude. What a
Yep.
find.
Yep.
To find those even those order slips, those things are really hard to
Oh, I
find.
know. And was looking at, there's a Paul Stanley record today at the place where I got those other ones, and I've looked at it before, and there's nothing in it, because I have it. If it was, I mean, I would probably pay $8 if it had the order forms in it. If it had the poster in it, I'd be like, for sure. But
I only have the Peter Criss one, and the Gene.
I had them all, but I don't
I
have
had
them
the Gene and the Peter, the Ace disc that I got that was the picture disc didn't have the
didn't have that
poster
stuff
in
in
it.
Yeah.
So I had the Peter and the Gene, and Ace, or actually Paul's. I had bought an 8-track. Well, they don't give you any posters with an 8-track either.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and just one more shout out, Noah. We want to let you know that the interview this week is a little bit shorter, so you won't have to worry about how long the intro is. Love you, bud.
Yeah. Isn't it bad when your kids are your worst critics? It's like, well, Dad, you gotta shut up a little bit,
All right, you guys ready to talk to Deen Castronovo?
Let's throw him on.
Let's do
Since
this.
I'm not there. So, see you guys. I'll see you next week.
Bye, Dennis.
How unfortunate.
Here we go.
Deen, how was Europe? You just got back, right?
Dude, yeah, it was incredible, man. I had a blast. I mean, hit a lot of cities I'd never been before. I'd never been to Vienna, so that was really cool. And just had a great time, man. It was awesome.
Did you get out? Were you able to do some sightseeing while you were there? I mean, I heard it's a horrible place to go.
The band is so darn busy. We don't really have a lot of time to stop and smell the roses because we're always running, man. If we're not playing a show, we're doing an acoustic show, or we're doing press, so we don't really get to see much. I mean, our hotel rooms and the jet, and that's about it.
That's not good.
Yeah. Not so bad though. I'm not complaining. Definitely not.
That's for sure. Yeah. So talk a little about the new album. So Burn It Down came out in April. Is that right?
That's correct, bro. April, I believe it was 6th or 8th. I forget, but yeah, one of those days. Yeah. And I'm really proud of it, dude. I love this record. I just love the vibe and the energy that the band brought. It was nice. Really, really cool to jump in and slide into something like that, with both guns a-blazing. It was really cool.
How'd you end up in that gig?
That was actually Brian Tishy, the original drummer. He decided to bow out. He wanted to do some other things, and he suggested me actually to Doug Aldrich. And then Doug, of course, went to management. They said, "Yeah, let's give him a try. Let's have him come out." So I went on a Sunday to meet the band. I met him on a Sunday afternoon. Monday, hung out with them. Flew home Tuesday, and by Friday of that week, I was in Nashville recording the record. So it was fast, really fast.
Wow, that's a good way to get a gig.
Heck yeah, bro. Say, who you know?
Alan, do you have any question? You have anything?
Tell us a little bit about the band. Who's in the band?
Oh yeah, definitely. We got Doug Aldrich is our lead guitarist. David Lowy, who's the founder of the Dead Daisies, is the rhythm guitarist. Marco Mendoza, the bassist and background vocalist. Myself on drums and background vocals, and then John Karabi is our lead vocalist. So that's the guys.
Cool. So that's a super group.
Oh yeah, dude. A lot of these guys have played with some major guys. I mean, myself with Jury, of course, but Doug's been with Dio and Whitesnake for years and years, and Marco with Thin Lizzy, and he's done a ton of stuff. So everybody's they got their little pedigree. John from Motley Crue. Everybody's got their little our little resume. It's pretty cool.
Oh, come on, Dean.
Come on, you've
man.
got Journey, you've got Hardline, you've got Bad English, you've got your own little pedigree there.
You got this
I have a lot of
Revolution Saints. Come on.
No, I'm grateful. Like I said, man, I am so grateful. I was talking to another interviewer earlier that I've had such a blessed career, if I want to call it that. It's just like, man, I've been very, very fortunate, and I don't take it for granted. It's been a great run, and I have a lot of gratitude for that. It's very awesome, very humbling.
So, were you able to did you do any writing at all for the new Dead Daisies record, or was that too late? Was it already done in the bag?
It was pretty much done, bro. I came in while they were wrapping up their writing session. And so, I came in on the tail end of it. It was already pretty much done. So all they needed to do was fly me down to do the drum tracks. And I did those in like 4 days. And then just kind of hung out with the guys and just, watch the process, watch them working things out and fixing stuff and changing things. So, yeah, I didn't really have much of a say in it, man. They just go in there and kill it. And that's what I did.
Well, are you guys working on any new material for an upcoming album that you will be able to contribute to?
Well, I hope so. Right now we're still touring on this one, so it's kind of early to tell. But I would imagine, yeah, we'll do something again. Just don't know when. Probably, I would say the beginning of 2000, maybe 19 or 20, maybe 20. I'm thinking we'll have to see.
Yeah, because you guys are busy. I mean, I was looking at the tour list today, and just got back from Europe on May 9th, and you're heading back out to Europe again, right, in June? Or no, you're going to Japan in June,
here in
right?
a week. Yeah, going to Japan here in a little bit, and then back to Europe for 3 weeks, and then home for I think 5 or 6 days, and then off for the U.S. tour. So, yeah, dude, we're nonstop. We are nonstop.
No rest for the wicked.
None, brother. None.
That's cool. Where do you get to call home whenever you're home?
I live in Salem, Oregon, believe it or not, bro. Been here all my life. Wouldn't live anywhere else. I mean, it's my family was raised from the time I was 3 years old on. I was an Oregonian, so I've been here all my life and wouldn't leave. I mean, it's a great place. All my family, like I said, they're all still here. Mom and dad are still here. Brothers and sisters still here. A lot of friends and family here. I just wouldn't leave. You know what I mean? I never fit into the beautiful people crowd, like the LA crowd. That thing, I just never was me. Probably because I was brought up here. And I just never got into it. So, you know what? I'm going to stay put with my redneck buddies. It's awesome, man. It's a good thing. I mean, I think it's kept me grounded. It really has. I mean, there's nothing like, family and camping and fishing and hanging. And, it's just nice. You don't have to deal with the rat race of the music industry, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to get away from it. It's just nice to go and do your thing and then come back where it's completely isolated and there's none of that going on. And you can actually lay it down.
That's cool. It's good to be able to check out of that. I mean, we've talked to some other guys, that live in the LA area and the Nashville area and that kind of stuff. And I'm sure that being off the beaten path, it's nice to go home and you can be home and you don't have to worry about people bugging you all the time and all that stuff.
Exactly. See, I've grown up here, man, so they all know me. And you know what? It's all like family. Everybody knows everybody. It's a great place to raise kids, man. I got four kids, 2 grandkids. So, I got quite the family going here now. So I ain't leaving. I'm staying here.
Is that kind of funny that your grandkids go see their grandfather playing in Dead Daisies?
And, they haven't yet, but they will. My son plays in a band called Wednesday 13, the ex-singer for the Murder Dolls. So Kyle's a drummer, and he's touring with that band now, so he's doing his thing. And I got a 13-year-old son that loves baseball, and that is his life. So he is a professional little league player. That's what he does. Man. He just plays
That's pretty
on every
cool.
team he can. It's quite a spread, but yeah, it's very cool, man. It's nice.
That's awesome. So, tell me something that is there a Dead Daisy song that on the road that you just love to play, or is there something you guys don't play live that's one of your songs that you would, or one of the songs you would really like to play live that you aren't playing?
Yeah. There's one that we played a couple of times and ended up taking out of the set, and that is "Burn It Down," the title track. There's something about that song that's just got a major groove, and it's fat, it's thick. And we took it out. I think people weren't quite responding to it like we thought they would, like they do to like Resurrect It and Rise Up and stuff like that. So we took it out, but I missed playing that one. That one just had a freaking big fat groove to it. It was awesome.
I really like a couple of tracks I really like off that is "What Goes Round" and "Dead and Gone."
Yeah, dude, those are classic freaking straight ahead 2/4 rocker basher songs. I love them. It's just douche, gosh, douche, douche. It's just drummer heaven, dude. It's just I love it. It's for a meat and potatoes drummer, man. It's such a great feel and a great pocket. Those 2 songs, I agree with you, man. Those are monsters to play live. We love playing those 2 live, definitely.
Cool. That's cool. Well, we're going to definitely try to get to see you. I'm going to try to get to see you when you come around and back to the States in August. I didn't get to go to the,
Good,
I know you weren't in the band at the time, but when Dead Daisies toured with Kiss, what, 2 summers ago, I think it was.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I wasn't able to figure out a way to get the stars to align to be able to get to a show, but I've been hooked on the Dead Daisies since the first record. I've just been impressed with it,
awesome,
and
brother.
it's great stuff.
You know what? I was too, to be honest with you, because I saw a lot of their stuff, and then when Doug joined the band is when I started listening, because I knew Doug. So I mean, that was the only reason I was able to pick that out. And once I did, I was like, man, the record Doug did is great. And then the live record, I was like, man, these guys are great. So when it came open, man, it was. Are you kidding, man? I just jumped at the chance.
Yeah, is that the call? You look at your phone and you go, wow, did that just happen?
Dude, honestly, can I be honest with you? That's exactly what I did. I'm not joking. I got the text from Doug and told me what was going on, and I just put it down. I just looked at my wife and go, I just joined the Dead Daisies, I think. And we were just ecstatic, bro. Are you kidding? Just ecstatic. So happy to get that thing. And yeah, I walked around for hours after that just going, I cannot believe this happened. I mean, just praising God all the way. I'm telling you what, just huge for me, bro. So that's a huge, compliment to be called to do that. Very cool.
That's kind of how we feel whenever somebody says, yes, I'll do your show. We're just like, oh my God, he said yes. Somebody actually said yes, and it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's cool. That's a good thing.
Yeah, Chris texted yesterday and said, hey, do you want to talk to Dean? I'm like, hell yes. I was like, I couldn't text.
That was perfect, man. No, thank you guys for asking for me too. That's a good thing. I love doing these. Like I said, I enjoy talking to people. I have the gift of gab, so it works out kind of good.
Yeah, you played with some. I don't know if you know this or not, but you played with a couple people we've had. Well, at least one person we've had on the show before, because we had Joey on the show.
Joey.
We had Johnny. Johnny Gielli.
Johnny Gielli.
Yes.
Bill is bad with names.
I wrote it down, dude.
Yeah.
I even wrote it.
Oh yeah, no, Johnny's awesome, man. We just did that record. I'm sure you guys have heard that first single. I think it's called Through. I think that's the first single. Yeah, and it's doing good. I mean, I'm pretty impressed. It was fun to do.
Cool. You guys are in Europe a lot. He's over there a lot too.
Dude, yeah, he's over there with Axel Rudy Pell. He does a bunch of work with him. And then I think he does shows with Hardline as well, and he does all of it himself. He books the shows. He gets everything together. The guy's a workaholic, but man, what an amazing talent he is. I'm telling you, not very many vocalists, that have what he has and still has. It's amazing. It's amazing. Time hasn't changed him at all, man. He still sounds the same. Better in some spots. I'm telling you, in some ways, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Dean, let's talk. Can you? I know we're talking about Dead Daisies, which is awesome. It's a great record. Burn It Down, and you want to talk a little about your. You've played with some other super groups. This isn't the only super group you've ever played with. I know a little earlier you were kind of just talking about how your buddies have played with some great people and kind of shied away from that. But man, you've played with some. I mean, really, come on.
Oh, dude. No, I've been
bad English.
Yep. I mean, my first major thing was a band called Wild Dogs. That was a metal band out of Portland. And then it went from that to doing all the Shrapnel records. And that's when Neil found me, when I was doing all the Shrapnel records. And then had me go and join him with Bad English. And ever since then, I mean, Neil took me everywhere he went with the exception of my 3 years with Ozzy. And, and then after that, after Ozzy, it was more, 2 years in Italy, and then boom, I was in Journey. 17 years. So yeah. I've been fortunate. A lot of studio records in between there, bro. Tons I'm not allowed to talk about, sadly.
Oh, wow. Were you ghost drumming?
Yes. Yeah. On a couple major records, yeah. So it's all good. So you do what you got to do.
Yeah. Somebody's going to pay it. You got to just do what you got to do. I agree.
So
exactly. Got to make a living.
Do you think that are you going to do any more work with Revolution Saints, or maybe Bad English might resurrect and do something?
Well, I think Revolution Saints is definitely, we're definitely talking right now about doing another record in the fall. So we will do something. As far as Bad English, man, I don't see it happening. And there's a couple of guys in the band that just do not like each other. And yeah, it's not pretty. So I don't think that'll ever happen. But it's all good. I had a great time in that band. So what the heck? Great memories for me.
I got a quick funny story about that. Do you know who Mark Schulman is?
Yes, I do, Mark. Yeah, freaking monster drummer. I love him.
Yeah. So Mark tried out for Bad English. Did you know that?
I knew that he did, and a couple other guys too from Portland area. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. So I saw Mark speak. Mark does some motivational speaking as well.
Yes.
So
yes.
I saw Mark speak last year, and he was talking about trying out for Bad English. And he said, I really went in there. It was my first really kind of big gig. And he was talking the whole story. And he goes, and I didn't get the gig, but they hired this guy that was really, really, really great. You might have heard of him.
Oh, wow.
He said,
wow.
He's Deen Castronovo, and he's played in this band, and this band, and this band, and this band.
Oh,
I was like, wow.
Oh, my gosh. Well,
so
that's very cool. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And Mark, dude, I'm telling you, I first saw Mark play with Foreigner when he was Foreigner was touring with Journey. It was incredible, man. He was just a monster. And then I see him in videos with Pink.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like, man, finally. I mean, he opens up. He actually gets to play the way he plays, and I love it. He's a monster drummer, monster player. Love him to death.
And we got to give those drummers their time, right? They got to.
Yeah, dude.
You got to unleash the beast, right?
Yeah, oh, dude, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the beauty of being in the Dead Daisies. I can be who I am. That's the drummer that I am. I'm a hard rock player. It's I played in Journey, and I think it did a pretty good job doing it. But still, it's like, this is where I live. This is where I live.
It's kind of interesting because the bands like the Dead Daisies, bands like Revolution Saints, those don't seem to be bands with guys with just huge egos that you have to maneuver around. Everybody seems to be in those bands because they just want to have a great time, put out some great music, and tour. And
that's what the Dead Daisies is all about. And that's why I feel like it's home to me, because it's not about the paycheck. I just love playing and playing with guys that I love playing with. It's nice to be around a positive situation, and we're just having a blast. And that's what it's all about. Just going out there and having fun. Gee, let's have fun. Gee, it doesn't have to be rocket science. Let's just go out and kill it. It's awesome.
That's great, man. That's awesome. Deen, where can we find you?
Well, I'm on, let's see, I got DeenCastronovo.net. I'm on Twitter, Deen the Drummer, and then Facebook and Instagram. So I'm on all that stuff.
You're connected. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I have to, dude. You have to be nowadays. I didn't realize it until I left Journey. It's like, my God, there's a lot out here that I didn't have to do because I was in a built-in major band. So it's like pushing the Dead Daisies and doing the things that we're doing with them with social media and stuff. It's really that plays a big part in how this band is marketed. And I have to learn. I'm playing catch up. I really am, because I never had to do that with Journey ever.
I'm sure your kids are the one that taught you how to use social media, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're teaching me as we speak. Are you kidding? I'm clueless. Thank God I've got an iPhone that's smart. Okay, that's all I can say, because I don't know. I know how to turn on my mail, my text, and make some phone calls and surf for stuff, and that's it. The rest of it, I have no clue how any of it works. I don't mess with it.
I understand. That's why I have teenagers. I have a teenager. I go, this won't do this, and I just hand it to him, and he goes, "Okay, here, Dad." Whatever. And he rolls his eyes, looks at me, and
yes.
It's crazy.
Well, Deen, we know that.
Yes, sir.
We know you've got somewhere to be, so we won't keep you any longer.
Oh, thank you, brother. No, you know what? Thank you guys for calling back and getting this worked out. This is good. I'm glad we got to talk today.
All right, man.
Hey,
well, go ahead, Bill.
Oh, we're good with that. We get to speak to the Deen Castronovo. Really? Come on.
You know what? Again, thank you, bro. Thank you guys both. Thank you both for allowing me to speak, man. It's nice. It's nice to be able to talk, nice to be able to do this stuff for the band. I love it. Thank you so much, man.
All right, man. You take care of yourself, and we'll catch you later.
Yes, sir. All right, God bless you both, man. Take care.
All right, people. Check us out on agesofrock.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Till next week, peace out. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, And most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.